Hello and welcome to another Sinister Sunday. Today we're going all the way to France to a chateau to find out about the Green Lady, what happened to her, and why is she still there. The Chateau de Brissac resides south of Angers in the Loire River Valley of France. The original castle was built in the 11th century. In the 15th century, the Duke of Brissac took ownership, tore down the original medieval castle, and replaced it with a new castle in a grand Renaissance style. He renamed it Chateau de Brissac at the time. The twin medieval towers were left in place while the new building was under construction. The Duke intended to remove both medieval towers, but he died as the new building was nearing completion, and thus the towers were left in place. Looking closely, you can see both towers resting against the Renaissance castle, with the rear portions of the towers cut away. This noble castle is the tallest in France and exudes old-world charm, but one of its past residents has shocked more than one visitor. A double murder that occurred sometime in the 15th century within the walls of the castle has resulted in one of the more famous ghosts of the Chateau de Brissac. It is that of La Dame Verte, or the Green Lady. The current residents, the Duke of Brissac and his family, have become accustomed to her roaming the rooms, but she has scared many guests. She is often seen in the tower room of the chapel wearing her green dress. What's terrifying, however, is her face. If she looks at you, you'll see that her face has gaping holes where her eyes and nose should be, resembling a corpse. As well as her many sightings, her moans are often heard throughout the castle in the early hours of the morning. The Green Lady is said to be the ghost of a woman by the name of Charlotte de Brissac, who was the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII and his mistress Agnes Sorel. She was also the half-sister of King Louis XI. In 1462, a marriage was arranged between Charlotte and Jacques de Brissac, a nobleman. It has been claimed that the marriage was politically motivated and that the two did not love each other. On May 31st, 1477, Jacques is said to have returned from a hunting trip, had dinner with his wife, and then went to his room. It seems that the couple did not sleep in the same bed, and in the middle of the night, a servant woke him up to inform him that his wife was having an affair. Jacques caught his wife and her lover red-handed and in a fit of rage murdered the adulterous couple. Apparently, Jacques moved out of the chateau shortly after the murder, as he could not stand the moaning of his late wife and the lover's ghosts. Today, it is claimed that only Charlotte remains in the chateau, as there have been no reported sightings of her lover Pierre's ghost, who perhaps has moved on. The dukes of the chateau and their families are said to have grown accustomed to her presence. During the Wars of the Religion in France, 1562 to 1598, a civil war between the Catholics and the Protestants, Henry IV attacked Chateau de Brissac and left it in ruins. When Charles II de Cross, the grandson of René de Cross, inherited the castle during this period, he was faced with rebuilding the castle. In 1602, work began on Chateau de Brissac. Old parts were destroyed, new sections were added. Charles II de Cross had quite a vision for the chateau, which included removing the towers. But his vision couldn't be realized because he died during the construction. His son, who inherited the castle, stopped the major renovations, and today the chateau is exactly how it looked in 1621. Just 15-minute walk from the castle, there's a mausoleum. This small, non-classical temple was built in the early 19th century and houses the tombs of the dukes and duchesses of Brissac. Quite surprisingly and off beat, but a nice place for the last rest. Just 35-minute walk, you can continue downstream along Jenny Say Waterfall Walkway. The Marquis de Brissac was the creator of the park in 1880 with the help of a landscaper named Pierre-Augustin Killian. Just a 20-minute walk, you can enjoy the streams and ponds at Red Bridge Walk. Located not far from the chateau is the stables. They feature a number of scenes with stuffed animals, but as well as reproduction of saddles paying tribute to the 13th Duke of Brissac, who presided over the prestigious Jockey Club for 17 years. Gill's Walk, which is about a 20-minute walk around the lawns to enjoy the beautiful view of the castle. The collections of landscape roses is a tribute to Gilles de Brissac, landscape designer of the floral park, and the remarkable gardens you can see around the castle. Also just a 20-minute walk is the old vegetable garden, which sheltered the vegetable garden designed by the famous nurseryman André Leroy in 1850. The estate also has a vineyard that covers 26.5 hectares. The dining room, a large gallery 32 meters long, which could seat up to 200 guests. The ceilings are painted and composed of 110 different paintings. Certainly, though, one of the most impressive and unusual parts of the castle is the 200-seat theater nestled in the heart of the castle. We owe that to Jenny Say, who did not shrink from anything to feed her passion for music. In 1890, she had this theater built, arranged on 2 floors, and its adjoining foyer. With all this history, I cannot believe that there's only one spirit there. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for joining us for another Sinister Sunday. If you like this content, check out our Sinister Sunday playlist for more, and we'll see you next week.